You mentioned something last week about this team, maybe compared to last team, maybe more built for this time of year to maybe have some more sustainability. Can you kind of expound on that a little bit? What you like about this year in terms of maybe making it deeper year?
Well, I mean, we were more experienced last year. We had good leadership, at the guard spots. Very tough to handle, on some nights. But I just think our roster is more sustainable for postseason because of, the number of ways that we could win a game. And we've had games where we've scored in the 90s and we've won in the 60s. And depending on how our opponent plays, we could adapt pretty well. And then our defense has been strong, especially late in games. So our defense down the stretch was huge on the road. This time of year, you got to be able to depend on that. And we've been guarding and rebounding at a pretty good level.
Are there common traits that teams that make deep postseason runs have, as opposed to maybe teams that bow out early, aside from maybe just the obvious one of talent?
Well, you want to be playing well. I thought last year we might have peaked earlier in the year, and we just weren't, we weren't winning games, and we've won 5 out of 6, and that's a great sign, moving into Pac-12 Tournament.
Do you ever say to yourself, boy, it'd be nice to get all the Pistons firing at once? I mean, we seem that you always have somebody either injured or maybe a guy off his game. Like if all 7, 8 guys can maybe bring their A game,
yeah, I mean,
this team can be pretty unbelievable.
You're going to need that if you're fortunate enough to advance to championship level games, high level games in the Pac-12 tournament or the NCAA tournament. We need to have most of our key players performing at a good level. I thought it says a lot about really how far we've come, though, that that we could avoid a loss with Rob, playing the way he played offensively, and we know that most nights he's going to give us a lot more than that. We were able to find a way.
How about practice today? Thanks to that win in Tucson, did you get an enthusiastic, kind of focused group today, ready to maybe get at this thing?
Yeah, I mean it's been a great day. A lot of the awards coming out, and congrats to Zylan's had a tremendous year to get first team, and then Lou and Remy. First team as well. I'm sorry, all Pac-12 and Remy, probably should have been in that first tier, with Zylan, and then the 2 guys on the all-defensive team. I take a lot of pride in that. I don't think we were ever in contention for those type of awards in the past. So, those are great things. The guys are very focused. I think they know what it's about. We're playing with confidence right now. There's a lot of hope on what we can accomplish this week and beyond, so it was a good vibe in the gym today.
Did Remy get a raw deal?
There are a lot of good players, and I don't want to take anything away from any of the other players that made first team, and it's certainly it's some real talent in our conference. But Remy, on a team that was second place, and he was a big part of it and played well in so many big games, so he's probably deserving of being on the first team. But stuff like that doesn't affect him. He wants to play and he wants to win, and he doesn't really care.
You mentioned you thought you guys peaked early last year. Did you change anything to try and avoid that this go around? I
just think that there were certain things that we could only, we weren't going to get more athletic. We weren't going to, we have a guy like Zylan that you could really throw the ball to inside, and consistently he's going to get stuff done on the block. And so we got, better balance on offense, things that were just hard to do overall. I mean, Melo did it some last year for us, but I think that's been the major difference to Zylan's impact on what we're doing.
Bobby, do you have any idea about Tayshaun Cherry's status in Vegas?
Tayshaun was on the floor today. Again, and he went through practice normal, assuming that he continues to have no side effects or setbacks between now and the game. He's trending towards being ready to play.
What do you think of your draw as far as the way the tournament is set up for you? Do you like who you're playing? Or?
I haven't really given a lot of thought to that. I mean, it's been a very balanced year. There's been a lot of teams kind of in a narrow range of wins and losses, and the one edge that we have is again, we're not going to be in harm's way on Wednesday, and that's a big advantage. And I know from experience, as a player and a coach, how difficult it is, to win 3 straight days. It's not easy. I've won more national championships as a player than conference tournament championships, and the ACC being as tough as it was. So we got to be mentally tough and conserve energy all week as we get ready for the tournament.
So on that note, how do you scout UCLA and Stanford? Just divide your resources, scouting both teams for Thursday?
Yeah, we have one of our assistants will work on each specific team leading into the game, and we'll watch film on both teams, and we'll we'll do some specific stuff in practice to prepare for either team so that we're, you know, that we're ready to go.
Coach, after the Oregon game, Remy said he's going to take it upon himself to make sure his team is ready to play, you know, to avoid any type of letdown or anything like that. Over these past couple of games, have you seen any change in his intensity or his leadership?
Well, I mean, it's, I mean, he's, again, down the stretch, pretty special. You know, when, you know, those last 10 minutes, 8 minutes of a game tell a lot about a player. They want the ball, they want to make the plays, and he's been making a lot of plays out there, and he's been doing it all year. You know, in big moments, he steps up, and he wants that shot, and he's made so many big shots for us this year.
What about Kamani Lawrence? He's been playing better basketball as of late. Do you see him as an X factor heading into the Pac-12 tournament?
I think Kamani's had really a great 10 days, and he's really, you know, he's found another gear, and he's playing well. His shot looks good. He's tweaked, you know, something with his mechanics. It looks a lot better. And again, he's more than just doing that. He's defending better. He's rebounding, just giving us a good lift off the bench.
There's something different just about your mindset. I mean, in previous years, you've had to win, either win the whole thing or win a game just to get off or get into contention for the NCAA tournament level. You have a chance to win it this year. Is there a different mindset about that?
That's a good question. I mean, I think that there is. We're going to attack this tournament as if, you know, every game was our last, but I think we have a clear mind to go into this tournament, just trying to focus on winning that and not having the pressure or the stress of wondering, you know, whether we're going to be in the NCAA tournament. I think we're in solid position, and we still have to play well on Thursday and continue to try and advance. But I don't feel that pressure that we had last year going into the Pac-12. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.